My wife and I were the third contract signed by Toll to move into Mizner Country Club, and saw an ad in the New York Times about a new country club being built in southern Palm Beach County. And then down 1 Mile Road, as it was called then, and were met by a construction manager who had a four-wheel Jeep who attempted to take us into the property. We did see where they were pushing dirt, where the tee boxes were going to be, and where the greens were going to be. At that time, they asked for a refundable deposit to put your name on a list to buy a lot. We put our money down, and we've never looked back. We watched as the community was built up around us, neighbors moving in, and a true community taking form. We all grew very close in attending events and playing golf with one another, but we knew there was more in store for our boutique community. The ownership turned over to the membership in 2009, and Mizner took off from there.
So the membership took ownership of the club in 2009 from Toll. Almost 10 years ago, I had my first meeting with the membership. The member who stood up and took the mic and he questioned, "Larry, what makes you different than all the previous general managers who we've hired to work here?" And I basically looked at him and he said, "I'm not going to accept failure. My goal is to create a platinum experience for this membership, and I'm focused on that."
So Mizner is a unique club and a special club in that since turnover, they've really had a renaissance of amenities for this membership. Since turnover, at this point in time, the club's growth in revenues has been exponential. It has actually grown 62% in revenues, in gross revenues. And that's unheard of for a club of this size and a club in this market. So really just historical growth, leaps and bounds when it comes to revenues. Food and beverage revenues alone, 82% since 2010. Now, that doesn't happen without strong leadership, and that doesn't happen without strong boards and memberships who are supporting their club. They believe in this club, and it's showing in the numbers.
My first responsibility was really to assess the condition of the clubhouse and really the overall facilities. And at that time, determined that there were some infrastructure issues that needed to be addressed. So as I was developing the plans to correct the infrastructure issues, we had decided to embark on a redecoration of the interior of the clubhouse. We knew that we wanted to maintain the integrity, the traditional components of the clubhouse, so we hired an interior design company to come in and assist us in that process. And we engaged the membership in that process, and it really ended up being an exciting moment for the club because it had been since 2000 since the club really undertook such a large redecoration plan for their clubhouse.
You know, it just didn't really have a lot of character and charisma, and it was a part of a great innovation strategy to how do we transform this space into something that can be utilized and can be, you know, loved.
Once we opened the 1 Mile, the membership just wanted to be in that room for a casual restaurant, for lunch and dinner, for every meal period. They loved it so much, and especially at night. It still has such a special buzz about it. Whenever we open that space, whether it's for 1 Mile Prime, it just has a special energy about it. It grows on the camaraderie of the club, the social component of the club.
I can honestly say it's not very often you can pinpoint when a club starts to make that turn and make that direction to the future. And Mizner started to hit that when they opened the 1 Mile Bar and Grill. The members loved it. More importantly, it was on budget. So they even appreciated it even more, which took us then into the golf course renovation with Kip Schulte's.
that study of the infrastructure of the golf course came at the same time we were assessing the condition of the clubhouse and at the time Palazzo to determine what are some of the deficiencies with the golf course that we really need to address in perhaps a minor renovation. So when we started the process of evaluating which architectural firms we were going to use, which construction firms we were going to use, one name kept on coming up, and that was Kip Schulteis. Lo and behold, before you know it, all the infrastructure issues ended up being a complete blow-up renovation of the golf course. We had issues with our drainage at the time, with irrigation. Those are the issues that Kip really harnessed along with an engineering firm and said, okay, first and foremost, we need to address these infrastructure issues with the golf course. If we're going to do it, let's do it right, let's do it once, and the product is just, it speaks for itself. It really has come out to be a wonderful project that our members get to enjoy every day.
I'm happy when I hear is how good Mizner is. Not only from Mizner itself, but from outside the community. When they talk about the changes at Mizner and how well it's gone, they came back and said, next to Augusta National, this is the purest golf course as far as grass goes we've ever seen.
We created this gym that not only the members like, but all the guests that come out, they go, wow, this place is amazing. And we feel like that every single day when we get to come to work. We work at an amazing place. So renovating the golf course was a huge impact on the club and a huge impact on the reputation of Mizner.
When people visit this property, they make it a point to stop and they rave about the beauty and the condition of the golf course. When our members bring our guests here, they're proud of this property.
Boy, were we put on the map when it came to golf courses. And it just screams that now we have a golf course that matches the level of services that we were providing here at Mizner. And what was really miraculous was the fact, because it's unheard of in this market, we were on time and on budget.
The backyard was a project that was an idea that became a venue from the necessity of not having an alternative building. And the way that we like to approach things, we like to brand them. We like to make them into a location. We work with a great branding company that helps us achieve that goal.
So originally this was a Toll Brothers development, and in 2009 it turned over to the membership. And when it turned over, the club inherited the Toll brand. But truly the brand did not convey the sentiment of the club. A brand is the perception or feeling that a person grasps when they look at a company.
As we started the renaissance of our club, we felt that one of the most important components was our brand presence. And we engaged a firm that really worked well with our board, with our committees, with our management team to create an incredible brand that is much more progressive.
So once we were able to fine-tune the brand, have it approved and launch the brand, which we did with the groundbreaking of Central, we've had great success. It was just a turning period for us online. No longer did realtors and people have to come on site and walk through the front doors to know what it was like to live here. They could see and feel it digitally through our presence. And the success has been great. We are at a historic low for homes on the market, which is actually a historic high for sales for us.
is a day dedicated to our membership. In Design Central, we've reimagined life at Mizner, and you're about to experience it. Our design is more than just aesthetically pleasing spaces. We spent years listening and planning enhanced amenities built to fit the way you, our members, and our future members want to live in today's technological and environmental universe.
When homes are not selling, that really tells you that there's just something missing that they're craving for. And I was fortunate to be a part of great boards that saw that vision and were ready to put that strategy behind it, and they trusted us as a management team to execute that vision and that strategy.
I'll never forget the morning when we did the ribbon cutting here. The feeling that was just magnified with the members there and the employees. It was a reawakening of the club.
The blend of such a nice progressive brand with these new facilities has now produced an incredible result with new buyers, new interest in Mizner, and the value proposition for membership here. The rebranding of the club is present in all of our social media, our website, even in our internal apps that we use. It's just reinforced consistently with our membership and in the outside world.
Our rebranding, our marketing, all of Central, the ambiance here, the feeling that the members have, it just surged a whole new energy at the club of positivity that hasn't stopped.
And I'm just so happy to see that all of those hard days and hours and months that went into place are turning into the least amount of suspended members we've seen in the history of this club. The home sales are not slowing down. We're seeing an increase in home sales. The participation of the membership is maximized, and they're utilizing the spaces, which in return really, they embrace the new project. It takes experience to be able to execute something at that level and that magnitude in such a short period of time.
This year, me and my team embarked on a mission to certify the golf course with the Audubon International Program. Very dear to my heart, very dear to the whole program, because that's what we're about. We're about the environment. We're not trying to mess anything up. And certifying the golf course with Audubon is a big part of making this place continue the tradition that it's known for, which is a really, really beautiful place that's in the agricultural reserve of Delray Beach, and we want to keep that going.
Larry basically just posted a challenge and said, okay, our world has changed in 24 hours and we all have 48 to make something out of it. And the members were extremely happy. I mean, we transformed this entire place into a supermarket. We just got together, we transformed the space, and we took it day by day, and we met an important need from the members at that time. I mean, things were very uncertain.
When we found out that Mizner was creating craft market and that we were not going to have to leave our home because of the loyalty of employees here willing and able to come in and work and help us stay safe, there's really no words that you can say to show our gratitude for how safe we felt and how grateful we were to be living here.
The past year has been a challenging one, for sure. The 7-month period, we basically focused on COVID. And from a human resource standpoint, it was uncharted territory for me, for my team, for us as a management team, for us as a club. I feel that even though we went through a hard time, it strengthened us as a club, and it strengthened the employees' opinion of the club and of the management.
Everybody wants to know how everybody else is doing, and that's how we keep each other floating through this weird part of life right now with a pandemic. It's fantastic to be at a place like Mizner.
We have an incredible membership, a caring membership, a philanthropic membership that cares about our employees, especially in their time of need.
While Mizner has stabilized significantly since turnover, to opening up new golf course, to offering Central, to continuing to persevere during these COVID operations, we're not done. We're not done because Mizner still has room to grow. We still have room to continue to make our members happy. And ultimately, that's going to come down to innovation. And what else can we do? And we ask ourselves that on a daily basis.
For me, being on the board of directors these last 3 years has really given me the opportunity to, number one, appreciate our exemplary management team. Our club is well run, which gives the members the ability to thoroughly enjoy all the amenities here at the club. We appreciate the forward thinking of our earlier leaders, and I greatly appreciate every day being able to live here at this wonderful community and enjoy using all of our facilities.
I hope that our legacy continues with providing a place not just for people, but for wildlife and everybody to come and just have a great time.
You know, success doesn't just happen. It's by design. It's about empowering the team and raising the bar to accomplish the stuff that's never been accomplished before. That's the recipe for success.
I'm very fortunate to be part of Mizner in the future. I'm humbled, I'm grateful. We have a wonderful team here and a very unique club that I'm excited to be working with.